Have you noticed how much attention words get? Whether it's the words of a politician, the tweets of a celebrity, or the comments of an athlete, or even the words someone said in the hallway at school before they got suspended. Whatever the context may be, words are a big deal. And since we were kids, we were taught this classic line: "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." We were told that words don't hurt, but we all know that that's not true. The truth is, we've all had an experience where someone said words that hurt us. There's no way around it. We could all tell a story of a time when words were said, maybe even in a joking way, maybe in an argument, and they stuck with us. And it shaped the way that we see and think about ourselves. It may be true that words can't physically harm you, but the emotional hurt that they cause can be just as bad. Another truth is, we've all had an experience where words hurt us. It may be true that words can't physically harm us, but that emotional hurt is very true. It's there, it's able to be felt. And the hurt that it caused can be just as bad. And isn't it true that there's more going on than just the words being spoken? There's body language, there's tone, there's the dig behind the words. There's an intent to hurt or cut you down. It's never just about the words. And most of us have people that we look up to who have used derogatory or hurtful speech. So we think it gives us permission to do the same. But in the process, we discover that our words are actually shaped by the way that we think and we feel about other people. Get this, words are really powerful. We've experienced it in our personal lives, and we've also seen it in the world around us. Words have the potential to do a lot of damage. Believe it or not, this isn't just something that we're dealing with in current times. We're going to look at a passage today from a letter written by a guy named James, who just happened to be the brother of Jesus. You read his book and you get the feeling that he just kind of tells it like it is. He doesn't try to sugarcoat anything. He's about as honest and straightforward as you can get. And in this passage we're looking at, he honestly talks about the power of words. And he starts by saying this: when we put bits into the mouths of horses, it can make them obey us. We can turn the whole animal, or take ships as an example. Although they are so large and driven by strong winds, they are steered by very small rudders wherever the pilot wants them to go. Everyone's tracking. James is talking about the power one small thing can have over a large thing. He continues, likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body. Consider a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. The tongue is also a fire, a world of evil among parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, sets the whole course of one's life on fire, and itself set on fire. See what I mean? James doesn't hold back. James is not saying that your tongue is evil. James is saying that your tongue is powerful, which means that your words are powerful. And we get that our words are powerful. But does James give us any good news? Is there any hope for what we should do about it? Well, not really. But in verse 8, he literally says, no one can tame the tongue. The good news is his letter doesn't stop there. He goes on to talk about wisdom and how it's connected to humility. On the other hand, he says that where you find things like envy, jealousy, and selfishness, you'll find all other kinds of bad things. Then he says, but wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap a harvest of righteousness. James is basically saying that when we only look out for ourselves, things don't go well. But when we humble ourselves and look out for others and go after peace, our lives reflect those things. Think of it like this. When we plant an apple seed, we grow apples. It doesn't matter how badly we want oranges, we're gonna get apples. Why? Because what we planted was an apple seed. In the same way, when it comes to our words, we get what we plant. So think of it this way. Pay attention to the power of your words. When your words are full of selfishness, jealousy, pride, talking down to others, and seeing people as less important than you, not worthy of value or love, we're planting disorder. We're planting unhappiness, and that's what we're gonna grow. But if we're interested in a different kind of life, we wanna grow wisdom, peace, mercy, and kindness. If we're interested in living the lives that are full of those things later, then we need to start planting words that are full of those things now. If we want to use the power of words for good, it's not going to be about taming the tongue, because we can't. It has to go deeper than that. Using our words for good comes from seeing others as good. If we want to grow something different, we have to plant something different. If we want our words to be used as a power for good, we need to change what we're planting. So, I'm sure a big question you have is, how can we do this? What's a good way to start? Well, first, think about the person or groups of people that you're most likely to have harsh words for, whether it's in a joking way or a hurtful way. Ask yourself, what can I do to change that and start seeing them in a kind and more loving way? Second, ask yourself, was what I said hurtful or helpful? And third, think about tools that you have access to that will help you guard your words. Here's a few ideas to get you started. When getting a text message that frustrates you, don't respond right away. Take a breath, pray to God, ask Him for help. Second, ask yourself, does this situation need more words? Buy yourself some time to think. Get in the habit of planting encouraging words that build others up. Third, remember that the tongue is powerful. But if we want to make a change, we have to do more than just change our words. We have to change our hearts. So pay attention to the power of your words and what you're planting. If you're a follower of Jesus, this is more than just a good idea. It's a must. Jesus tells us to love, value, and respect those around us. And the first place to start doing this is with our words. So imagine, if you started caring more about what you planted with your words and the people around you, imagine if your words were used by God to bring hope and healing to others because you used them to plant kindness. Words are powerful. So let's be people who put that power in its proper place by using them the way that God says is best.